Going on, guys? I got a video request to talk about a little more in depth about the tubs I use for like juvenile and subadult chondros. I know in my last video I talked about how I house my neonates. So this is kind of what I set up, the ones that have outgrown those smaller tubs, the 6.5 quarts, and are now going to go into something like this. And then after that, I don't have that tub handy, but after that they go into something like that guy there. I forget what size that is. It's probably a 21-ish quart. So I got a request to talk about these tubs that I use for the sub-adult and juveniles. So first off, with the ventilation, these holes that I have in the top are all I offer on these tubs. I know in my neonate video you saw I have just one hole in each corner, and that is it. I don't offer anything else. This minimal hole way of doing it works out pretty well. I'm happy with it. When I do miss them, if they're in a shed cycle, which I don't normally do, it dries out nicely. It retains the humidity for a while. It doesn't just evaporate and disappear. It does well. So, this is a 19 quart. I forget the brand. Maybe it's on there somewhere. Maybe not. 19 quart tub. I'll get down to the perch holders and stuff in a minute. But for heating, RBI Ultratherm pad. This is a 6x11. HVAC tape, taped over pretty much the entire thing. Sticks pretty well. The thing that I like about these RBI pads, which I mentioned in the other video as well, is they're fairly trustworthy. A lot of people will tell you to use a thermostat with them. I don't. They're low wattage. I have yet to have an issue with them getting too hot or shorting or anything like that. They run a lot cooler than any of the Zoom Ed and big box store brand ones do. So, getting into the inside with the said snake. I'm trying to do this so the lighting's good. So this is 1/2 inch CPVC or XPVC, CPVC. You can see it right there. I made these little holders out of caps for the 1/2 inch pipe. So I kept a whole one, and then I halved another one. So basically it's like an L shape. See if you can kind of get the idea with that. I basically sawed off the top half. It works pretty well. I'm sure there's somebody that makes something similar that fits this size. This is just something I did. I'm pretty happy with them. They don't really rotate, like I'm kind of pulling on it now. They don't move. They are kind of a bitch to get out, but I'd rather them be harder to get out than, the snake sliding all over the place and going crazy. This is one of my little Beox. The snake's just under 2 years old, give or take. So pretty simple. 2 perches. 1 perch close to the heat pad there. Another perch that's lower, just above the water bowl. This snake really doesn't use that perch that often. We use it when we cruise a lot. That's about it. And then I have a deep water bowl that I change regularly with the copper penny in it. As far as the actual mounting of the perches, pretty much, let me take this one out. Just a screw with a wing nut drilled through the center of that holder into this. And this is nice because I can take this off whenever I need to. If I would have any reason to do that. And then focus. And so then this just sits in there. I'm sure David Brahms does something better than these. The 1/2 inch works well for these little guys. I use the coat hangers for the Neos, and then I use 1/2 inch pipe Maybe this is 3/4. That would probably be something I should know, huh? This can't be 1/2 inch. Either way, this stuff is small. I use 1/2 inch PVC on the adults, which is considerably larger than this. It's about twice the size. And then this is 1/2 inch C PVC, which might be different. I don't work in plumbing, so I don't know. And so you can see the Ultratherm running in the back. I don't have any warping or anything like that. Like I said, they run at a cooler temperature than most. They top out at around, last I checked, it was like 90 or 95 maybe. And that's like direct on the pad. This snake, usually when we're sitting there in the hot end, we're right at the mid 80s, upper 80s where we need to be. And I've yet to have any problems with this setup. I've been rocking it for a while now. It works out well. It's kind of sucks because these are opaque, so I can't really see the snake that easily, which is okay because I think chondros do best when you just ignore them and you leave them alone. But this is how I rock them. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks, guys.